Hello, this is Apple Employee, and I'm going to be doing another review. I'm not going to be doing the iPod Touch yet. I'm actually going to be doing some of the old school iPods first, just to give you something to go on while I work on it. This is the second generation iPod Touch. I don't own the first generation, but whenever I do, I'll be sure to let you know. Here's the little information packet that came in the amazingly huge box that this little thing came in. Pretty much this was released in 2002. It was an improved version of the iPod in that instead of the scroll wheel, which was a physically turning wheel, it was a touch-sensitive wheel, which I believe Apple patented, but not entirely sure. Its control layout was very simple. It came with 5 buttons: menu, play, backwards, forwards, and center button. It also came with a backlight, which can let you see the screen better. Let me get this so you can see it. Menu consisted of music, extra settings, shuffle songs, backlight, and now playing. Yes, this was the iPod Shuffle before the iPod Shuffle even existed. In music, you can separate it by playlist, artist, albums, songs, genres, composers, and audiobooks. No podcasts, ladies and gentlemen. This was made before the podcast was even potted. Pretty much this is the 10 gigabyte model. As you can see, there's iPod right there. 10 gigabytes, which back then was pretty impressive considering the hard drive. And actually, I'm going to show you something a little funny. As I was doing a review, this is take 3 of the review. The iPod got a little angry at me, and I'll explain what happened. But first, this is a pretty simple layout. On the top, the headphone jack, the FireWire port right there. This is actually a innovation for the second generation. The first generation didn't have it. Third generation didn't have it either, because they switched to a flat head USB. That's the hold switch. A little bit bigger than modern iPods. This thing is actually really thick. This thing is, I'm going to compare and contrast to a PSP, my wonderful Star Wars limited edition one. This thing is actually about, it's thicker than the PSP. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, it's actually thicker than the PSP. And no, I will not be doing a review of that unless you want me to. Considering that this thing is a hard drive, and iPods these days still have hard drives, but we got 160 gigabyte models that are half this size. But anyway, this is a nice unit. The backlight, over time, the backlight does kind of get a brownish color to it. But other than that, it's a nice unit, and I use it on the side. I actually own 2. Here's the second one. They're both the same, both 10 gigabyte. Also, the iPod came with this. This is an iPod remote. This is kind of useless. The original intention was you can have the iPod in your pocket and you use these controls, which is play, pause, forward, backward, and volume up and volume down. And actually what you do is you plug it in through the top with this monster of a plug, and then the headphones go in through there. Pretty much I just keep it in a case, and that does me just fine. Also, the Griffin iTrip. This is the iTrip that was meant to go for it. Actually, I've been kind of dickering around with it. It came to me in this condition. Actually, you can see inside of it. It's really simple. That's the inside of a Griffin iTrip. has a little antenna. And actually, this version of the iTrip sucked royally. Sorry, it did. They perfected it for the 3rd generation. I actually have one for the 3rd generation, which I will show you whenever I do the review for the 3rd generation. But yeah, so anyway, that's my review of the 2nd generation iPod. I like it. Third-party accessories, save for third-party accessories. You know, I mean, I like the headphones. A lot of people don't, but the headphones do me just fine. And actually, I would. I mean, if you're an iPod collector, or if you like old school stuff, you're looking for a 2nd iPod, you can definitely look into it. I got that fixed. And you know, hey, if you can find it on eBay, you know, snatch it. I got this one for about $30. Works just perfectly. Gotta be careful, you know, when you're always buying on eBay. We at Apple don't really sell these anymore. But I mean, hey, if you have $50 to waste, you know, what better investment can you do than an iPod? As long as it works. And hey, if it doesn't work, you can use it for scrap metal or scrap whatever. Anyway, so this is the iPod 10 gigabyte, and actually, I would like to talk to you real quick about what happened to me during take 2 of the review. Well, I'll just show you, and then I'll explain what happened. But iPods usually this age, their screens kind of take on a tannish, brownish color. Hold on. That's not good. Definitely not good. Okay. It's a little weird. Okay, so what happened? Good question. Actually, what you were hearing was the hard drive. And one of the few little problems that I've experienced in the iPod I used to have of this version, which eventually broke, and the first time that had ever happened with this one, is that actually this iPod, if you hold it too tightly or something like that, it'll get compressed. Now, see, Apple really crammed a lot of stuff in there. So you have the mother, basically this is the layout. The screen and top, the logic board, and then the hard drive, and then the battery. And yeah, they all pretty much take up that little, that enclosure right there. So what happens when you hold it? Well, the hard drive casing will get a little pushed down. And actually, I noticed earlier this evening when I was holding down the menu button, you could hear the hard drive kind of whirring. You could feel it. And so pretty much what you do when this ever happens is you take your thumb and 4 fingers on the silver part, and you take whatever you can fit on the white part and just kind of pull it. Just kind of do your best to kind of pull it apart. Don't take it apart unless you know what you're doing, but just kind of squeeze it outwards, kind of stretch it outwards, and that kind of releases the tension on the hard drive. So look, you got a review and you got a free tech class from Apple Employee. Lucky you. So anyway, I will be happy to take your comments about this and anything else you have to say. But please don't say get a better camera, because I know it's a handheld camcorder. So anyway, thanks for watching, and good luck on your iPod buying ventures.